what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. From the title of this one, you already know what we're doing. Working on the speed finally. It's been a while, but we are replacing my 3P manifold right here. If you're not too familiar, this is basically the computer that runs the air ride for the speed. Long story short, there is what's called a pressure switch inside this that has gone bad, which is causing the compressor not to know how much air to fill up my tank. So this tank here, this is the compressor, obviously, you can see. So yeah, that pressure switch inside this manifold is either damaged or broken or whatnot, because it's not letting the compressor, well, the compressor doesn't know how much to fill up the tank, so it's going past what its max is supposed to be, 150. Sometimes it goes past that, sometimes it doesn't make it to it, but the compressor basically doesn't understand, it can't read what to fill up the tank to, so it kind of fluctuates all over the place from anywhere from like 130 to 140 to 150 to 120 to 115, so on and so forth. I'll try to show you here. I just let out some air out of my tank, but so you can see it going there. It's 80 psi in it right now, so voltage low. That's just because my car's not on, but sometimes I will get a pressure switch or pressure sensor switch error or fault, sorry, but the car does run half normal. Let me turn that off. So what I've been doing, I'll show you here on these 3P controllers. If you hit this down button and the middle button at the same time, it'll bring up your menu, go down to setup, compressor, and then I'll wait till it kicks back on here to show you. And then you click that and it will give you the off and on option, but it will turn off immediately once you get into that setting when you click off. So that's how I've been running the compressor, basically manually turning it on and off, because it wants to stay on all the time because it doesn't know how much to fill up that tank back there. So see, when I leave the menu, it turns back on, and I go back to compressor, turn it off, and I kind of just leave it at the screen here. So this will be kind of hard to see, but this guy right here is my valve that allows me to drain the tank, and water will come out of this as well, because it's connected to the water trap. So that's why you see some water here, but I can also fill up my tank right here with this. So if I'm ever in the need to, if my compressor, say, didn't work, I could manually fill up my tank right here. But yeah, this is going to be a lot of pressure, so this is going to be pretty loud, and water is going to come everywhere. So let's try to do this half gently. Okay, so that tank is now empty, 150 psi out of it. Well, what you guys saw was 84 psi, but I previously drained some of it off camera, which was definitely a bit more aggressive than what you guys just saw. right guys, there it is. Fresh manifold in, installed, all the lines put back in, the main power in. Let's hop in the car here and see what happens. Just don't forget, we're fully aired out. No air in the tank at all, so I'll have to fire up the car to get enough voltage to the compressor so that it can fill up the tank properly. So, I don't know if you guys can see that. System not calibrated. So we'll start. Vehicle on a level surface, yes. Are the front wheels straight? Yes. Is the vehicle and all wheels free of obstructions? Yes. Is your manifold mounted? Yes. Do you have 1 or 2 compressors? I have 1. Calibrate pressure, manual or auto? We'll do auto. Do you have height sensors? No, I do not. Vehicle will now move. Are you ready? Yes. So, step 10 out of 17. Those first 10 steps were obviously what I chose there. So now it's gonna air up and down on its own. So once that tank gets enough pressure in it, it will start calibrating the bags on each corner of the car. Obviously right now it doesn't have enough pressure in that tank to air up any of the bags at all. So we'll just have to wait a few minutes for it to gain enough pressure, and then the car will start calibrating on its own. Loud as hell. But let's check on how the tank pressure is going. So, as you can see there, it's 111, 112, and it's climbing steady. So what it was doing before was, instead of going up in numbers like 116, 117, 118 it's at now, it was jumping like 120, 115, 130, 150, 120, 110, 120, 125. And it was just all over the place. So the pressure sensor switch in the manifold itself isn't able to read the tank pressure properly, so it doesn't know how much to put in. But it looks like the new manifold has fixed that, which is great. I wasn't doubting it any, but you always have that in the back of your mind that it might not fix the issue. But that is the whole brains of the operation, so it kind of has to fix it. I don't know what else there would be. Yeah, we're gonna wait for this to fill up. It's at 137 now. My max pressure is 150, but it also doesn't know that, so let's see if it stops there. It's at 141 now. So there we go. Filled up to 150. It's max. Now it's gonna start with the fronts. And it's gonna slowly air up corner. All right, so it finished calibrating. It can now function as normal. Now I just have to set my ride heights and put this back together, but that's pretty well it. Not too much to it, guys, so pretty simple. If your 3P is doing this, or your 3H, just contact Airlift. Get them to send you a new one under warranty, as long as you were the original owner of it. Lifetime warranty on them, which is absolutely sick. So I'm just gonna package this one up in the same box they sent it in, and yeah, we're gonna see how this works for the next couple weeks. Hopefully no more issues, and yeah, I'll show you guys how to do your presets. So this one is your automatic air out. This will put you right to the ground. This is your, I use this as my lowest driving height. Second one from the bottom. So what you do is you click it once until the numbers are green there, and then hold it, and all the numbers will change green, and then you can just manually set each corner to what you want. For me, it's gonna be, I can't quite remember what they were, but something like 35 in the front and 35 in the rear, I think, something like that. And then just hold it in again, preset saved, and now you'll see those green numbers are what my preset is. So you can do that with each Your middle one should be your ride height if you want. This is my speed bump ride height, the next one up. That's what I use if I have to go over any potholes or speed bumps or whatever, I use that. And then this top one is your manual. You can just air up as you please on any corner. So yeah, that's pretty well it, guys. There's not much to it. These systems are actually really sick. They work great, except for that pressure sensor issue. That was a pain in the ass, but it's solved now. And yeah, I highly recommend these 3Ps or even the 3H if you want to do the height sensors, but I figured I didn't need it myself, so I didn't. But hope this video helped anybody that's in search of what's wrong with their airlift system. And yeah, drop a like if it did, drop a comment.